It is time to dance on the grave of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Now, this particular game, the reason why I thoroughly enjoy dancing on this game as much as I do is because this was one of the games that I've been saying for the longest time. One of the like, what is I'm trying to think of any other game that I have been talking about as long and that I have been openly saying that this game was going to be closed down, bombed, whatever. And I had so many people, and I think I still have the screenshot saved somewhere on my computer if I haven't deleted it. But I have so many screenshots of comments that I would get on Suicide Squad videos that I would make from all these DC fanboys that would come out and be like, "You're a fucking grifter. You're lying. Just because the Steam numbers are going lower doesn't mean the game's a failure. Everybody's playing it and loving it on console. You PC losers have no idea what you're talking about. You guys think that you run the fucking..." Like, they just went crazy. They went absolutely insane. Right? It's like the moment you try to tell people trans people aren't real, or like if you try to tell people that gender dysphoria in the popular context is not real and they all just lose their mind. It's the same thing. This literal same thing happened. All I said was, this game looks like trash. And even if it didn't look like trash, I wouldn't know it because the game is fucking broken. The servers are broken. There's game-breaking bugs. The leaderboards were getting reset. Everything under the sun that stopped this thing from being a successful game. Now, let's talk about the game in general before we talk about the layoffs, because the layoffs, this is the easy part, right? This is the how do you put it? This is like the product of their hard work, right? Let's talk about the game in general. So, did the game fail because it was woke? And only because it was woke? No. I've never said that. And I will continue to say that. There are so many issues with Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. They go far beyond the wokeness, right? And I'll put it to you like this. The game was so bad, okay? The game was so bad. The game had so many issues. The game was so buggy that people ended up trying to find any reason why this game, that's a AAA game behind a massive IP that is DC Comics, how is it that this game was such a piece of shit? And then after people started digging, they started finding out about Sweet Baby Inc. And then all of a sudden the rabbit hole goes deep. And then now you have Gamergate 2.0, right? So the game was so fucking bad that people were trying to find out why this could possibly be happening. But ultimately, the one good thing that came out of Suicide Squad is that it did, in fact, expose a lot of bullshit happening in the gaming industry. A lot of bullshit happening. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League was patient number 0 when it came to this whole Gamergate 2.0 nonsense that's been happening. And now, thanks to this game, we finally have the ability to say, wow, we know a lot about this nonsense that's happening, right? Some of us that have been talking about this for years, we've kind of already knew about this stuff. We may not have been able to put a name to the particular company that was partaking in it, but we knew that something was happening because I'll tell it to you like this. Anything that happens organically doesn't happen immediately, right? So natural diversity, natural, whatever, DEI, all that stuff, it doesn't all happen at the same time. There's no such thing as that, right? So when you have, the entire fucking industry all shilling for the same exact thing at the same exact time and pushing the same exact message at the same exact time, that is an easy sign that this is not organic. I don't know if you guys agree with me. You're more than welcome to sound off in the comments. But whenever I see everybody saying the same exact thing, I know it's not organic. And that goes both ways. I'll put it to you like this. Every single company right now is trying to come out and say that they're all dropping their DEI programs, mandates, all that stuff, right? They're all saying that. Guess what? As somebody who wants politics out of gaming and whatnot, I'm going to tell you right now, that shit is not organic either. It is not organic either. It is an absolute fucking lie. It is a lie. So it goes both ways, right? It doesn't matter whether or not they're talking about DEI or they're talking about getting rid of DEI. It doesn't matter. It is all bullshit. When it all happens at the same exact time, it is a targeted endeavor for whatever reason that may be. But it is a targeted endeavor. They are doing it purposefully, and it is not organic in the slightest. Okay. So with that being said, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, even if the game wasn't woke, right? It doesn't matter. Even if the game was amazing, it doesn't matter because you had servers that didn't work. You had a game that didn't work. It was buggy. It was glitchy. You had server game-breaking bugs. You had leaderboards being reset after people invested their time and energy into it. You had so much shit that was ruining this game, and you let it go on for over a month. I even remember, and I've said this in many videos, and man, the DC shills do not like when I bring this up, but Warner Brothers even said, we don't know what's wrong, but we're trying to fix it. Can you imagine telling your customers who you're trying to convince to get invested in your live service game that you don't know why it's broken, but you're working on fixing it? Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Are you kidding me, bro? You released this game knowing that it was a buggy piece of shit and the servers were trash. And you released this game because you really thought that people were just going to play it no matter what. People were going to stick around no matter what. Doesn't matter how shitty you treat them. Bro, that is not how this shit fucking works. And that's the reason why this game went from 13,500 some odd players, which I'll bring up on screen. Let's see how the game's doing. Let's see how this game is doing. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. This is why this happened, okay? This is why this happened. You had people that were genuinely interested in playing this game. They were interested. They actually wanted to play this game. 13,500 people said, I want to play this game. And within literally 4 days? 5 days? In 5 days, you lost 3,000 players. And then in another 6 days, you lost 7,000. Bro, from January 29th to February 26th, not even 1 month, you went from 13,500 to 740 players. This right here is what happens when you disrespect the people that you're trying to sell a game to. You can't sit here and try to blame this shit on wokeness because, to be honest with you, wokeness, yeah, absolutely has something to play in this. But this right here, nah, bro. This is disrespect for your player base. This is disrespect for the people who bought your game. Your game was broken for over a month. This is why people left. In 28 days, you went from 13.5 to 740. That is your fault. That's not wokeness' fault. That is your fault. You dropped the fucking ball. People were like, why am I going to continue investing my time in a game that's fucking broken? Why am I going to do that? They clearly don't care. The developers don't care. What do I give a fuck? And then, oh, here's the best part. So then the people who actually were able to complete the storyline, right? Even after the game is buggy and messy and all that shit, the people who actually got to complete the storyline realized what you did with Batman, right? And the whole girl ball shit with Harley Quinn, whatever. You realized, or they realized what happened with the story, and then they checked out. And now you're over here trying to sell the game to people and get people back. And what's your idea of selling the game? You put in trans Mrs. Freeze.